cult. Remember Hannah's reaction?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I mean, calling it a cult, now cult is a different word. It's a loaded word.
Yes, it is,
I hate
yeah.
even using that word because it's become, yeah. The real damages that I see, whether they come to kill themselves, ever were to do something like
Hold
that.
on. All right. Then. What do you see as the real danger, Michael?
Well, I'll just tell you about my own life and hundreds of other ex-members that I know of. The far-reaching effects of this group, how many would you say? 25,000 people we saw come and go while we were there. Some stayed a day, some stayed 15 years. But the real damaging effects are you never have your own real family life. You don't raise your children your own way. You do not have control of your own life, what you want to eat for breakfast. If you would like to go on vacation, but they do not go on vacation, you know, to spend time together. I think camping's even outlawed now. They don't go camping anymore except in large groups because for whatever reasons. But the real damaging effects are I was in for 18 and a half years, and that was 18 and a half years that I didn't really have a relationship with my grandmother, my mother, my father, my sisters, my brother, my cousins, all my family members. And I grew up in a very tight-knit family reunions, and I anguish over that now, that I didn't have that. I'm finally having a relationship now with my daughter Rachel, who's almost 21, and my son, who is going to be 12 in April, because now we can sit down and have pizza tonight if we want to, and we can have a bottle of wine with our spaghetti meal, and we live our own life. We can live our own life, which that's what they preach against.
Do you feel like those 18 and a half years were wasted?
They were not wasted, they were devastating.
That's the word, I think, is devastation. That's the common thread that we've seen through the lives of everyone who comes in touch with the community.
How so? You can't say you learned, you grew, you had good relationships.
Sure,
from that,
I can say that. I mean, certainly there's positive aspects to living that lifestyle, and you can learn. You can get an education just from the broad spectrum of people who are there. I mean, there were geniuses there. There were
Derelicts.
There were murderers there. There were bank presidents, airline pilots, nurses, you know, from every walk of life. And well, the but is the devastation that it causes in your life, the end product. I mean, how much you want to pay for that education? How much is that education worth? Is it worth destroying your personal relationships? Is it worth destroying your marriage, for instance, or your relationships with your children? Is it worth your emotional outlook, your emotional and spiritual health? Is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. That's the danger, and that's the biggest downside.
I'm trying to get at what is it that is destroyed, and you've been through it. You were outside before, you went into it, and you came out of it again. What was lost through that? It was a long time.
Well, just imagine not having a regular communication with your mother and father, your siblings, to get together for Christmas, Thanksgiving, any kind of holidays, birthdays. All of those things are discouraged. I mean, they do not celebrate Christmas. They get together and have a big turkey dinner for Thanksgiving because it's something they can use religiously as we're giving thanks. But they don't celebrate with families at all. You're pretty much out of in touch. There's people there that I don't even know if they know who the president is. Some people, because they don't read newspapers, no TVs around except maybe in Eddie Wiseman's closet. You know, and a few people like that. Well, that's just a fact. My son used to get into Gene Spriggs' closet and watch TV. Him and a bunch of other kids did.
Which would have been a sin, I would assume.
Oh, big time. Big time, but Gene Spriggs had a TV. You know, I didn't. But it's the devastation is that you've lost all that. How can I get back 18 and a half years that I lost with the relationship with my father? my sisters, after I left and came back down, I celebrated my first Christmas with them.